Okay, now we're recording.
You guys keep doing this on purpose, so all my burps are wasted.
Hey, you know what? It's good to warm up because we're going to be talking about burping today. Are you excited about that?
Yeah. When am I not excited about talking about burping?
Guys, we are very excited today. Welcome to Beach Theory, episode 1.
How exciting.
Am thrilled. Like, literally, I have not been able to get the idea of recording these podcasts out of my head.
I know. He has not been
all
able
day.
to stop thinking about it for ever since we started thinking about it.
Exactly. I am so excited. It's been encompassing and filling my mind continuously forever.
Yeah.
So anyway, today, so basically here's how it's working. We are going to tell you guys our life story starting from the most magical moment
when we met each other.
when we first met.
Do you want to know our first words to each other?
You're getting ahead.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about our first encounter with one another, our first date, and how magical that was.
Yes.
And I'm really excited. So I think we'll just jump right into it then.
Okay, so I was dating somebody else. Let's just get that out of the way.
And I was just brand new return missionary. I'll probably do another podcast another time about my mission, or maybe a series of podcasts.
A mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yes.
And he went to Salt Lake City,
Mm-hmm.
which was only about an hour and a half away from me.
Right, but I grew up in
But
Orlando,
he never
Florida.
met me on his mission.
So it's funny because I came to Utah after my mission to actually meet up with a girl that I
That
had
wasn't
met
me.
on my mission. That I was like, ooh la la, I want to date her.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la. I want to date her.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back. We'd been talking on the phone actually when I was in Oregon after my mission, and I was like, I'm gonna come. We're gonna go on a date. It's gonna be great, and we talked a lot actually.
Didn't she? No, she didn't send you home with a letter. Somebody else sent you home with a love note, right?
Yeah, but
Oh, different girl. Sorry. All
Yeah.
the girls. There's
Anyway.
just so many.
so I came to Utah to go on a date with this girl, and I went on one date with her, and it was just not great. I was really disappointed actually.
Later, secret story here, side note, he had written her a poem. He had written her a poem.
Oh my gosh, I forgot
and
about that.
he ended up not giving it to her and giving it to me, and only told me later that it actually wasn't written for me. It was written for a completely different girl.
Oh my goodness.
Typical.
How embarrassing. It was a good poem though, wasn't it?
I was like, wow, that's so romantic. And then he's like, yeah, I wrote it for somebody else. I'm just like, wow. Wow.
But it worked anyway.
Good times, I guess.
So I was in Mount Pleasant, where your family was living at the time.
Yeah, Mount
And-
Pleasant, Utah.
And
place.
I was visiting with my biological father and my stepmom, who I'd never really gotten to know very well from my youth. That's another podcast for another time.
Side note, his parents got divorced when he was 5.
5 or 6, yeah.
And so he wasn't really raised with his dad, and that's why he was going to visit and get to know him.
Yeah, so I was visiting him, and it just so happened that he knew Rebecca's family.
Because I would babysit his kids.
And so I was visiting him after my mission, and he kind of had
Not Michael as his kid, but he had new family.
Right,
new
my other
kids.
half siblings.
That's right.
They were young children. So I was visiting my biological father, and he's like, hey, there's this girl I want you to meet, and you should go on a date with her. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm back from my mission. All I want to do is get married, so let's do it. Like, literally, I didn't care about going to school. I didn't have a job. I just wanted to focus on
There's
getting
something
married.
called missionary goggles, right? Isn't that what they're called?
Define.
You get home off your mission and every girl looks gorgeous
Yep.
because you just want to get married and you don't even care to who.
That was that. I had
That was Michael to a T, to a fault.
Yep.
Like everybody that he's like, I wanted to marry this girl or that girl. I was like, really? It just shocked me. I was like,
She had like a good spirit
no,
and a
yes,
good family,
yes.
and she was a good person, and that's what really matters.
That's true.
I'm not joking.
I know.
I'm not just saying that.
I know.
They
All
were
the people,
good
that
people.
you thought of were very, very good people.
Because that's what matters to me. That's really deep down on the inside is what matters most.
And that's why I married you, because I have the same opinion. No.
To those of you who are,
And I thought he was very attractive.
if you're watching this, or if you're only listening to the podcast and you can't see our faces, just know that I'm devilishly handsome.
You better
Trust
watch
me.
the video.
Trust me on that.
That's so funny. Well, so my side of the story is that I had been dating a missionary, somebody else that was on their mission, and I was writing letters back and forth to them, or to him, not them, not multiple, just one. And I was completely planning on marrying this person, and so excited about my life, and
You guys dated for 2 years in high school.
yeah, we dated for 2 years. Like, that was a long time
But you never kissed.
I never kissed him. Michael was my first kiss, and it was only once we got engaged that we kissed. So anyways, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yes. I was dating a missionary, and I was completely planning on marrying that guy, and then I met Michael.
So
Oh, and the person that Michael's dad. So I would babysit for him and his kids that were Michael's half siblings, and I didn't even know Michael existed. One day I was
yeah, how
there.
weird. There's no pictures of me on
There
the wall.
weren't. I went to their house and I was looking like on the wall, and his dad has gotten remarried
A few times.
but there were pictures of his half brothers from another marriage on the wall.
From another mother.
Brothers from another mother. And I saw those pictures, and I remember being the babysitter and having the kids all asleep and looking at those pictures on the wall thinking,
Ooh la la.
I wonder how old they are now. They're kind of cute. Huh. Maybe one day we'll go on a date. And then I ended up going on a date, but not with those guys. It's just so funny.
So this is a funny story. When I first came to Utah after my mission to visit my dad, we didn't even go to their house. We went straight to Rebecca's family's house.
That's how
my
much your dad wanted us to get married.
My dad, I had all my bags and clothes and stuff, and I was exhausted from driving 12 hours or whatever. And he's like, we got to make one stop really quick. And so we stopped at her family's house.
That makes me think, why? We would never do that nowadays, ever.
So we stopped at her house, and it was like this whole family. It was like a mom and a dad and just like a ton of kids. And I'm like, who is this family? Save it for later.
That's our first
Save
date
it for the contest
in a
later.
nutshell.
It really is, actually. But we'll get to that in a minute. So I was like,
That was me, just in case you're an audio listener and you just thought Michael was really
tally.
good at burping, but it's actually me.
Who's
that's
better
really good at
burper?
it. So.
So I was in the house with this whole family, and there's all these kids, and I was like, who is this family? I have no idea why we're even here. And we're talking about random things. But I kept thinking to myself, man, I wonder if they have a daughter my age. They're a really cool family. Like, everybody's really nice. You know, this would be really interesting. Like, what if I married? Because I'm just thinking, honestly, marriage is the only thing on my mind.
That was really the only thing.
So I was like, how old are these daughters?
Who can
are
I
any
find?
of them marriage
Where's the
worthy?
girl? I don't care what they look like or who they are. I just want to marry them.
Rebecca wasn't at the house. She was at college. And so I was like, oh man, no girls. Oh well, this is just a wasted visit. But I did see there was some cake on this table, and it looked amazing. And I was thinking, because we've been visiting for an hour or two, why aren't they offering me any cake?
So this is the funny part. In high school, I was really good at making ceramics and building things with pottery stuff. So I had made this realistic looking cake, and it was set on the table. It was made out of pottery or out of ceramics. And like I had won all these awards because, and like art
'Cause it
museums
looked so good.
wanted to buy it from me because it looked real.
And there was
So-
like, so one of the cakes, it literally had a slice of the cake out
It
of the
made
cake.
it look like somebody.
And then
had-
there was a little
it
plate
on a
next
plate.
to it that had a ceramic piece of cake. So it looked like it come right out of that cake. And I was thinking, okay, this cake is already cut on a plate waiting to be eaten. It's going to get hard. Why are they not like dishing out this cake? It looks so good.
If he would have looked a little closer, he would have seen dust on it.
Anyway, I just thought that was noteworthy.
Well, that was the first time you ever had any interaction with my family at all.
That was the first.
And you eventually, towards the end of the conversation, you were like, are we gonna eat cake?
I don't remember bringing that up.
You
Maybe I
did.
tried to forget.
And then
'cause I
everybody
was
laughed
embarrassed.
so hard because they realized that you were wanting cake that whole time and you didn't get any.
I was like,
They really
"Oh."
should have taken you out for cake after that.
I know how rude. They still owe me cake. Well, that's when I knew they had a good sense of humor and they're just all around people.
Yeah.
So I volunteered to go help them cut trees down up in the woods
Yeah.
for their lumber mill or whatever. Becca's dad was doing that
Chopping
regularly.
wood.
And so I was like, I'm going to go chop wood with these guys. I think it'll be fun. And so I went with Ryan and we were just like chainsaws going crazy, cutting down trees. It was all sorts of fun. And on the way down the mountain, I think by then I'd won your parents'
Ryan is my
hearts.
brother, by the way,
Yeah.
in case you don't know.
So your parents were like, hey, we've got a daughter. You should go on a date with her. And I was like, sure. All right, cool. Let's do it. And your mom called you while we were driving down the mountains after
Yep.
cutting the trees. She called you and was like, hey, there's this guy. We want you to go on a date with him. I think they saw my
I forgot about that.
hardworking muscles up in the mountains. And they're like, we need this man in our family. And
He's
none of
really
our children
strong.
are married yet. So
We need another woodworker. You should marry him.
And I remember you joking about, oh, is he bald or something like that?
Yeah. I do remember that. That's really funny. I just was teasing like I just had no care in the world because I was not trying to impress anyone. I didn't care like what Michael thought of me. I didn't care what anybody thought of me because I wasn't going to marry anybody but the person who I thought I was going to marry, who was off on a mission. So
Yeah,
I
your
just
heart was
didn't
set.
really care.
So you
Like,
didn't.
I wasn't trying to impress anybody.
Right.
It was perfect. That was the perfect way to date when you're not trying to impress anyone.
Right. And she wasn't. And it was great because I thought, man, this girl's spunky and funny and doesn't even care about trying to hurt my feelings or anything. Like,
You're like, this is great. She's saying things and it's hurting my feelings, but she doesn't even care.
so
I like this girl.
she's a girl. Let's get married. So you agreed to go on a date with me.
A blind date.
So
I'd never seen him before. My family had all fallen in love with him and were
it's
so
easy to fall in love
excited.
with me.
My family was so excited for me to go on a date with him. I think that they had connected a lot better with him than with the person who I had dated for 2 years.
No doubt.
And so they were definitely on his side trying to put us together and get us to marry each other.
So we always joke that it was an arranged marriage
Because it was.
because her parents and, my dad and stepmom, so my parents
Got together and they were
were
like,
like, hey,
"Mwah,
we have kids and they need to get married. So let's be in-laws.
let's be in-laws. Like, that's how it works.
So
We both have children and they need marriage.
So I went back to the house and like a couple days later, whatever, it was the day of the blind date. And I still hadn't even seen a picture of you. I didn't even know what you looked like. And my stepmom, she got like this book and it had a picture of you
So
and Ryan on
it was the phone book, right?
No, it was you and Ryan dancing with Hannah, I think,
Oh,
with my sister.
a
I
little
think,
video of us dancing.
or it was a book, like a little kid, like a picture book or whatever, and you guys were in it.
Oh. Well,
maybe you've
at
never
the
even seen this
time, I
picture.
still had a phone book that had my picture in it,
I think I might
which
have
is
seen
the
that
same
too.
picture
Yeah.
because I won like an artistic cover contest for the phone book for the whole
County?
county.
And your art was on the cover of the
Yeah.
phone book.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I
You're
sometimes I
amazing.
forget all these things that I
You
did.
did amazing things. We'll have to do a whole series all about your amazing growing up years because you are an inspiration.
But that was one of the pictures that he looked at
And
when he.
ooh la la. So beautiful. I was like, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful smile, rosy red lips.
You're making me blush.
Well, when I saw that I was going to go on a date with you, I was like, oh, so
Really?
nervous.
You were nervous
Because you're gorgeous. But I knew that I had the support of your parents. And so
Yeah.
I figured, that's a good thing.
Also, something to mention is that we both came from families with 9 kids.
Yeah, I've got,
Not
actually,
the same family.
I have a lot more than 9 kids in my family.
That's true.
To be honest.
But raised in a family consistently with 9 kids.
Right.
Both of us.
Right. But then I've
And
got an
so-
extra 4, 5, 6.
And
7
Michael's family
other
was
half siblings in addition to that.
He's got a big family. But you just like having him be away from his regular family or his family and then going to Utah and finding basically a replacement family that was the exact same amount of people, similar ages, same names, even some of them.
couple.
We have a Jessica, a Ryan, a John.
Yeah, and we've got Jessica,
Yeah.
Ryan, and John in my family too.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
crazy.
like, hey, this is
Those are the
interesting.
same names. But
So
anyways.
the date, the moment of meeting.
Anticipation.
We've been waiting for this whole podcast, and now it's finally here.
Our first date.
So of course I want to impress. I'm dressing to impress. So I've got on board shorts, because I'm like cool surfer dude with the last name
that's
Beach.
like his style. Like he just wore board shorts all the time through the winter,
Right?
even.
With the name Beach, you gotta wear board shorts. And I had a t-shirt
No wonder
on.
he hated Utah at first. He was always wearing summer clothes in winter.
Right. And I was like, man, she's going to just think I'm the coolest dude ever. And
Which I did.
so the car pulls
I
up
do.
in the driveway to come pick me up for a date because I don't even have a car. I got no job, no school, no car, hardly any money. But I'm
I
going to get
really
married.
fell for him for his looks. No.
That's the only thing I had going for me.
And so much more, but just not monetary value stuff. But
So I was walking out to the car that pulled up in the driveway, and my dad noticed what I was wearing and got very concerned for me.
he's
'cause
like,
he
"Oh,
also
no."
wants me to make a good impression because he wants me to get married to this cute girl. And so he's like, no, that's not good enough. Here, come back in here.
I come and they're literally in the middle of kind of a disagreement, not a fight, but his dad very much disapproved of what he was wearing, and Michael was like, I very much don't care.
Right? I didn't care. And he was like, he wanted me to wear like dress slacks, button up shirt, like
He wanted loafers and dress slacks and he wanted to
what a
make him look
70s
really
guy
nice.
would have worn on a date.
Oh.
Right?
I mean, probably, yeah.
But I'm a millennial. So I got to dress in my style.
And he was definitely in his style. So he's dressed like a board shorts. I don't know. Board shorts.
So obviously
T-shirt.
our disagreement was being heard by those waiting in the vehicle. And I was self-conscious about this and decided to turn it into a joke. So I walked up to the car and opened up the door and said,
Do you want me to take off my pants? That was his first words to me.
it's either that or should I
He's like-
change my pants?
He's like,
or-
do you want me to take off my pants? No, you said, do you want me to take off my pants? And I said, I'm blind! Because I was on a blind date and I thought that would be a really funny thing to say. So those are our first words to each other.
I think I kind of surprised you because I don't think you were expecting me to say anything. Like I think when I opened up the door, you were expecting to get in the first word.
Yeah, we both were just kind of like word vomit.
Blah, 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 blah. And
I mean, it was a blind date, so
right.
that
And
makes
then-
sense.
And then, once everybody heard my legitimate question,
Then I was like, no, he's
no,
fine.
it's fine.
I
Whatever,
like
it's
it.
cool. So I was
It's
like,
good.
all right, sayonara, bye, Dad. And hopped in the car and away we went.
He probably was so worried about that. You probably left and he was like, all the chances he had are gone.
I did everything to stack the deck in his favor.
I
and he
don't know.
blew
Maybe
it.
he'll listen to this and he'll be like, oh, no, it was like this or whatever. But he
Since-
was worried at the time. He was very worried.
I think ever since we've nonstop never done what they expected us to do.
I think we've done that to the world.
We've just done our own
actually.
thing in our own way, and I think it works for us.
That's true.
So
First word's gone. Then
yeah,
we get in the
that
car.
was great. And she looked cute. She looked way cuter than her picture.
That's so nice of you to say
So
that.
true though. And I don't even remember the drive down to Ephraim. It was like a 20-minute drive?
Yeah.
And I don't even remember any of it.
Who was Ryan? Was in the front. Ryan was with
Must
us.
have been
right?
Ryan and Andrew.
Yeah, Ryan and Andrew.
it
So
was a
Ryan and
group
Andrew
date.
were with us, and
They were our chaperones.
that's right. That's really funny. And then so they were on dates with girls from the college at Snow College while I was going there. And we had set up monkey bikes. If you've never heard of monkey bikes, they're little bikes, like the ones that clowns would ride on. We, for some reason, had like 3 or 4 of those.
They're just these tiny little bikes.
that
And you sit
adults
on it
can ride
and you
on,
just
but
kind
they're
of
very hard to ride on.
Imagine your tiny little feet and your knees are up by your ears and you're going around in circles, driving around these tiny little bikes.
They're not meant for kids. They are meant for adults to look
to be funny.
like a clown.
But before we did the monkey bike obstacle course, we made homemade pizzas.
Yeah, we made homemade pizzas.
In your college dorm room.
Yeah, we were in my dorm room. We were making homemade pizzas.
Did we watch a movie?
No, not that
No.
time.
Okay.
We were just talking.
Just hanging out.
Actually, we were just belching.
That happened later. That was after the monkey bike
Really?
fiasco. Yeah.
I thought that
That
was
was-
like during pizza.
It was outside. I just remember that much.
Oh, I thought it was inside. Oh, we're getting old. We're forgetting things.
Mandela effect.
Oh.
I don't know. I thought it was outside. Maybe it was inside. All I know
Either
is,
way, we were probably belching the whole time, inside and outside.
how did we even get on the topic of belching?
I think we were cooking. This is what I remember.
Okay, let's hear your memory.
We were in the kitchen and we were making homemade pizzas, and I guess we just started in on belching.
I think we were talking about our family, maybe our families or something.
Yeah.
And we just mentioned, I don't even remember.
All I know
We
is
just started
that
belching.
the reason why I just felt so comfortable because I knew at that time I
not
wasn't
gonna
going to
marry
marry
him.
him. So I was
Right.
like, well, then I'll just have fun. Like, why try to impress him? I had zero effort in trying to impress him. Like, I was just 100% myself, belching and playing around and goofing and teasing him. Like, I teased him a lot on our first date, on our first few dates. I told him he reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite a lot.
And that I was going bald.
He was going bald.
She was rude.
I was not trying to impress him at all. But I think with our personalities, it just worked. Like
It did.
Like it
I fell
actually
for it.
impressed him. I
She
think
was
more
cute.
than anything.
That's all she had going for her.
Whatever. It's funny because we are very similar personalities. Like even within our own like our different families, like we have done so many things similar to each other, and it's like crazy just how much we're alike. I
Match
think
made in heaven.
it really was.
So I won this belching contest that we had on our
I
first
won
date.
it. That is the eternal debate between us. I won it. I won it.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was.
And it absolutely ruined Andrew's chances with the girl he was trying to.
At least that's what he says.
To this day, he holds a grudge against us.
He really liked that girl that he was on a date with, and when
She was so disgusted by us having a belching contest that he never went on another date with her. And he's always blamed us since.
I really don't think that's
So
why.
really, he would be married right now. He would be happy with kids if it wasn't for our belching
Oh
contest.
my goodness! But I think that's really what he thinks.
She didn't deserve him if that's all it
That's right.
took.
That's right. But yeah, that was a big problem for a little while. Because I think that was the last date he ever went on with her, and he was like, "It's because of the belching contest."
Yeah. It's all our fault. But we had this fun obstacle course set up with the monkey bikes, and it was
Yeah.
like boards and like sticks under them, and so you'd start riding up on the side of the board.
You know,
and
like
then
a
it would,
teeter-totter, like
teeter-totter
one
the
that you
other
could
way.
drive over just with a log underneath it.
And
Like
then-
it was just fun.
And then we had like signs, and so we'd have a race. So me, Ryan, and Andrew like had a race through the monkey bike
So
obstacle
all
course.
the guys,
And then the girls
then
had
all
like
the girls-
posters, and they'd like put up numbers. Like
we would rate how good they did.
it was like the
And I'm
judges
pretty sure I
panel.
gave you like -10.
Yeah, you always gave me bad scores.
And you were
"Wow."
always so shocked by my like cockiness, like
Right?
my What was
Didn't
it? What's a
even
good
care
word
if you
for it?
offended me. You're just like, whatever. I think it's hilarious, so I'm gonna put -10.
And you were like, I just remember his face. And this is where you'll
Wow.
want to watch the video of this podcast if you want
On YouTube
to see it. But
Beach Theory.
his face was something like this.
Mouth wide,
Like, mouth
eyes
wide, and he was like looking
shocked
at me.
face.
And he was looking at me like,
How dare you? I did a
how
much
dare
better
you?
job than
and,
that.
And I'm also very impressed at your boldness.
Yeah.
That you're even willing to do that. Like, it was a mix between how rude and you're really funny and I like you.
Yep. Yep. She didn't care what anybody thought. She just did whatever she thought was funny, whether it hurt people's feelings or not. Not much has changed,
He's-
really.
Whatever. He is just like me. He does the exact same things. He's just as bold as I am, which is why it was perfect.
You taught me.
By the way, after our first date,
Wait,
well,
are we getting into that? Or is that the next
there
episode?
anything else left in our date? I think the
That's
last
the only
thing
I
I remember doing was I went to the top of a little hill in the driveway, like in the parking lot, and I was like, we should ride down it on these tiny bikes. So it was really scary. And he was like, I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it. Try and, at that point, probably just like, I'm going to be daring and impress you, even though I wasn't really trying to impress you.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I went down it and I remember you being like, wow.
She's amazing.
And you were too scared to do it. And I was on this tiny bike. That's the sound effect of the bike. So, yeah, it was really impressive. I was very impressive.
Did you decide that you wanted to marry me at that point?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
So
I had a great date. And that was the best date I had ever had with anybody other than the person who I had dated so much. All the other dates I went on, I was like, I prayed a lot when I went on dates because I did not want to end up with the wrong person.
Right.
To me, dating and marriage, like marrying somebody, is the most important decision that I would ever make. And so I was
Right.
like, well, I can't mess this up. Like, I will be very picky and I will be extremely cautious. Like, I do not want to end up with the wrong person. So I decided that I would just trust in God because he knows more than I do. And that's my opinion to this day. So I was like, well, then, okay, I'm going to pray about it. And I would pray about Michael too. And I didn't ever get a no about him. I just got a feeling like, give it time. So I just, after the first date, I was like, that was really fun. And throughout the whole date, mind you, I was like, I'm going to marry somebody else. Like, I was saying this to him on our first date. I'm going to marry somebody else. I'm waiting for a missionary. Don't try anything funny, you know?
And I was like thinking, yeah, right. We'll see about that.
He was saying that, but at the same time,
In my head. I didn't
he
say that out
was-
loud.
Yeah, no, not
No,
out
I
loud.
respected her.
He was being very respectful. And like, after the first date, I was like,
not
wow, that was really fun. And
Yeah, it was fun.
I really liked it. But I had like pushed him away pretty hard. Like, don't try anything funny because we're not getting married.
And thus concludes our first encounter, our first date, our first meeting,
That's
as
right.
magical as it was.
Are we gonna keep going from this point on the next podcast?
We got the next episode all queued up and ready to
All
go. Where we
right.
talk about dating life and even our engagement,
Yep.
right up until,
Marriage.
the exciting part of marriage. So
Yeah.
make sure to tune in next week for more fun and
Especially
adventures.
because I have something I want to say and it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't say it till the next episode. So you're gonna have to tune into the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening and watching Beach Theory today. We've got a lot more fun and coming your way very soon.
Yes.
Signing off.
Bye.
Bye.
Should we say
Oh,
pause the game?
pause the game. How do you want to end this?
I don't know.
Follow us on All the Things podcast, Apple things and
You can
Apple
find this
Podcasts.
podcast anywhere, and
Spotify. We're on Anchor. Anchor's my favorite. So if you listen to podcasts there, we're there.
yep.
And also, of course, YouTube. On Beach Theory YouTube, you can subscribe,
Yep.
and we'll have some like fun extras during the week videos that you might enjoy. So
Yes.
anyway, I'm excited for more videos.
I can't wait to talk about our dating life. I was so excited.
All right, bye.
Bye.